Is anyone? I think can you just
all right, and now, guys, those of you that have promoted to director between July 1st, 2022 and January 1st, 2023. Again, new promotes will be recognized if you're still holding title as of January 1st, 2023. And if you promoted more than one, you'll be recognized at a higher title.
I can't read in that. Oh, there's Lori. Third column. Yeah, Carrie up. It goes too fast for me. She's like 30 seconds ahead, like she's already.
Wow, what a great achievement. All right, so you guys, now I am so honored to introduce a very special speaker. Melissa Park is a senior director from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, where she lives with her husband, Chris, a firefighter, and their 4 amazing teenagers, Owen, Kiara, Aiden, and Nadine. Melissa joined Pampered Chef in May of 2019, and in less than 4 years, she has welcomed 57 team members, earned an incentive trip each year, and she is a multiple category excellence awards achiever. And a fun fact about Melissa is that she grew up in Ireland from the ages of 5 to 17 before moving back to Canada. Oh, please be welcome Melissa Park to share her journey with us. Melissa, take it.
Well, thank you, Kathy, for that nice introduction. And first of all, I do want to say how honored I am to be speaking to all of you today. And thanks so much to Noelle for seeing something in me and for giving me this opportunity to share. So a little about me. I joined Pampered Chef 3.5 years ago at a time when I was looking for employment, but something like Pampered Chef was actually the furthest thing from my mind. The team I'm with is all cheering in the background here. Back in 2016, I went through a battle with breast cancer that kind of derailed my life for about a year. But I did the surgery, the chemo treatments, and the radiations so that I could be sitting here today. And I'm excited to say that I'm healthy and so much happier today than I used to be. You see, it was after that journey through breast cancer that I decided I wanted to surround myself with positive people and experiences and to not sacrifice time with my kids, especially my summers off with them. But jobs where you get to set your own hours and have summers off are kind of hard to come by. That was until the day I decided to have a Pampered Chef party. And it was my first ever party for any company ever. And my upline, Krista Weekly, gave my friends and family the opportunity to ask questions about the business. My party guests, who all wanted to win the prize, asked plenty of fantastic questions, but not me. I sat there quietly and I just took it all in. And it was in listening to Krista answer the questions about the business that I felt a very vivid light bulb go off over my head. Wait a minute, I could totally do this. Pampered Chef would allow me to not have to settle or to give up time with my kids and my shift working husband. And hearing that I could earn trips, well, that sealed the deal. And I came into the business setting a goal to earn a trip every year. Now, as a side note, last May I traveled to Puerto Rico with my hubby Chris for the incentive trip, and it had a incredibly profound impact on me. I was able to gift him with that trip. I did that. I was overflowing with pride, but more importantly, my husband expressed his immense pride for me. Wow. He's always been hugely supportive, but hearing him say the words, "I'm so proud of you," was another gift that Pampered Chef has given me that I will treasure forever. So what has my journey with Pampered Chef looked like? Much like many of you, my Pampered Chef business started pre-COVID and then exploded when the pandemic hit. Those first few months when the country shut down resulted in huge personal and team sales. People were jumping in the boat, so to speak, and joining Pampered Chef in droves. I was thriving, which resulted in an advanced director promotion on May 1st, 2020. And then a senior director promotion just 5 months later. And the growth didn't stop there. In May 2021, my org fell just $1,000 short of hitting month 1 of executive qualifications. It was crushing, clearly, it still is a little bit. We were so close, I could taste it. I fully believed we'd be an executive team by conference that year. And then it all came crashing down. I lost 6 directors in 6 months. They all had various valid reasons for letting go of directorship, but with such great loss in such a short space of time, how could I not believe that it was my fault that they didn't stick around? A little over 1 year ago, in December 2021, I was in a very dark place. I'll be honest that I've never been one to struggle with mental health. I'm usually a glass half full type of person, but my glass wasn't just half empty at that time. I think it was completely dry. Even during the holiday season, I struggled to find joy with my family. My mind was believing the negative thoughts I was telling it. I'm not a good leader. I don't deserve to be an executive. And this is too hard. I had completely lost all the joy in my business, and I just didn't know how I was going to be able to move forward. But after Christmas, 2 things happened that turned things around for me. First, and this is kind of appropriate, was that I signed up for a $9 Kristen Voss virtual training event. I was having light bulb moments all over the place. She was meeting me right where I was at. I felt like she was speaking directly to me. I'm sure many people felt that in that first session. And I came away from the training with a new mindset, refreshed vision, and new goals. The second thing was a one-on-one goal setting session with my amazing applying National Executive Director, Krista Beakley. I am not going to lie, that Zoom call may have been more like a therapy session, but Krista gave me some solid advice that laid the foundation for where I am today. She said I needed to feel the feelings and mourn the losses of the previous year, and that I needed to move on and put it all behind me. It seems so simple, but I knew that it was a choice I was going to have to make. If I wanted to reach my dreams of being an executive team and make the income goal I had for my family and build a growing and thriving team, I had to make the choice to learn from what I'd been through and move forward one day and one step at a time. Now, just because I made a choice to look forward instead of backward didn't mean it just all came together right away. It was a long journey. In fact, I suffered more loss in 2022, losing a couple more directors, and also struggling to regularly hit my own personal and recruiting sales goals. And when I say that 2022 might have been the toughest year of my Pampered Chef career, I'm guessing that there are many of you who are nodding your heads in agreement right now. It really was a difficult year. We faced a lot of challenges this year resulting from the world opening up again. We've returned to our busy lives, and so have our customers. Plus, we're in the midst of high inflation, on the brink of a recession. Again, I had the choice to believe that because of these challenges, people aren't shopping. Or that in spite of the challenges, I still have something amazing to offer people and I can still serve them even when sales are down. And I chose the latter. But how? What did I actually do to turn things around and to rediscover the joy in my business again? Well, let's go back to one of the highlights of National Conference, of the year National Conference. And one of the most inspiring moments for me at National Conference was when my friend Jill Fleming won the Circle of Honor in Sales for Canada. It was amazing. In September, I invited Jill to come and speak to my org about her experiences. And it was as a result of that training that I made another choice. I decided that I needed to stop making excuses for why I couldn't figure out how to make a reel on Instagram, and I had to just do it. Like Kristen said, I had to stop saying I don't know. So I challenged myself that for 30 days I was going to post at least one reel per day. Not only did I accomplish what I set out to do, but through it I discovered a new creative outlet for myself and found myself excited to get back in the kitchen again. I was finally having fun again and things felt exciting. I looked forward to going to work every day, and I was making far more connections with people than I had all year. My follower count jumped, and I realized that whether it's a funny trending video about the Measurable Cup, or a time-lapse video of the meal I made for supper, or a reel about the friends I've made through this amazing career, I had something to offer, something that people wanted to see. And this newfound joy in what I was doing began to filter into other areas of my business. I began to actually look forward to sitting down and sending booking messages. I was excited to share about all the reasons I loved this job and this company. I was finding fulfillment in sharing recipe inspiration with my customers. And maybe most importantly, I began to reinvest in my team. I made a decision to serve them, to train them, and to believe in them. On December 1st, we re-promoted to a senior director team with Sarah. I teared up in practice on this one too, but with one brand new director and one returning director. The 4 directors I have right now, and actually a 5th just promoted, they're all here because they love this business as much as I do, and they have big goals for their teams too. I'm so excited that Shelley, Kim, Carrie, and Diane will be founding directors of our executive team. So stay tuned for that. During the latter half of 2022, I also partnered up with another leader whom I greatly admire, Ashley Pilkington. And this partnership became one of the best gifts of my Pampered Chef journey. Our goals were aligned, our styles complemented each other, our personalities melded, and we began working together to be better leaders for our teams, working closely with our National Executive Director, Krista. Our dream, and I have Ashley's permission to share this, is to walk across that stage at National Conference together. And we could totally do it because my last name is P.A. and her last name is P.I. One final thought that I wanted to leave you with is this. Last year in January, I sat down and set goals for myself and my work. It became very apparent in September that we were not going to reach any of those goals. Not the award goals and not the personal goals. 1 year younger Melissa would have let this get the best of her and cause her to lose focus on the bigger picture. But 2023 Melissa has come to realize that we set goals because we need something to aim for, some direction. But it's not just reaching the goals that matters. It's all that we learn through the journey to get to those goals that really counts. Even though the path is seldom easy, like hearing no for the 50th time in one day, or having a tough conversation with a team member, I've been able to find genuine joy in the journey again. And that is my hope for each one of you as well.
Sharing passionately from your heart. It's so inspiring to hear that you've decided to choose to believe in the power of this business and in your own power to achieve your. You are living leadership principle number 3, own your story, to its fullest definition. And beyond that, it is amazing to hear how you found joy again in what you do. It's going to be a great year ahead, and you are going to continue to thrive. We can't wait till you walk that stage at conference. Thank you again, Melissa.
Lewis.
It is my absolute pleasure